I was born in New Zealand, lived there for about 11 years, double majored in engineering at UC Davis, and then didn't want to be an engineer, so I joined the Navy, went to flight school, and I've been flying F-18s for the last 11 years.
So right now I'm a program manager in new product operations. I work in the iPod group, and that's about all that I can tell you about working at Apple.
My name is Miriam Ravkin, and I came here because I was looking to advance my career and also round out my knowledge.
My name is Laurent Muret. I'm French. I'm a mechanical engineer by education, and I'm just completing the UCLA MBA program.
First of all, it's a top-rated program. I had other options. Obviously, the Navy has an executive MBA program also. Completely wasn't interested in that. I wanted a top-rated school, and UCLA obviously provides that.
UCLA is a prestigious name in the US, of course, but also in Europe and all over the world, I believe, and that's why I'm here.
The network is fabulous, just probably mostly what grows out of the people that you know here. Anything that you want to venture into, anything you want to learn about, new businesses that you want to start, you can find somebody that's passionate about it too, and somebody that can connect you with other people that you need.
I selected UCLA because the students that I met made a big difference. They were an eye-opener. I always associated that level, that caliber of students to the top one program, the Harvard or the Ivy League schools. But then when I came here, I realized it was not just limited to them. It's also here out in the West Coast, just down the street from me. So I said, hell yeah, I'm coming in. Sign me up.
I believe it is the world-class professors with Executive MBA, a small cohort that you not only learn, have an intimate experience with the professors, but also the ability to really work in small teams and really getting to know each other to solve world-class problems and business opportunities.
Once you visit Anderson and you meet with the admissions staff and you sit in a class, you really understand the value of the in-class experience. And taking off 2 Fridays a month was able to fit into my schedule, and I'm so glad I made that decision.
Since my undergraduate experience, I always wanted to do an MBA, and I never thought I could actually, I don't know, I guess I didn't believe in myself enough to do it. And now that, once I began my conversation with the Anderson admissions team, I came into a completely different understanding about what I could do. And when I got encouragement from the admissions officer that I was exactly the kind of candidate that they were looking for, I'm mid-career and I haven't needed the MBA. But in the tighter employment market, it's been really essential to have those letters to qualify for the jobs that I've been successful in doing. And so when Sylvia explained to me that I was essentially their target candidate and that the program was designed to help people like me to achieve advances in their careers, it really gave me encouragement to go after the program.
I had been in management for 5 years right before I joined the program. In looking at the options, the fully employed opportunities seemed to concentrate more on people who were looking for an actual career pivot and didn't really already have that management experience or leadership experience, as it were. So it was crucial to me, and also thankfully Sylvia Haas had identified that I may be a better fit with the Executive MBA program because of not only my technological experience, but my people management experience as well. So I think it's been a great choice. I'm very glad that that's a decision that was made.
When I first applied for the program, I was going to apply for the FEMBA program. When I read the brochure, there was all those big titles of vice president and VP and senior VP. And I felt a little bit overwhelmed by that. And after speaking to Sylvia Haas, she quickly told me that no, I should definitely apply for the MBA program, and I'm glad I did. And the class was great. It's a group of 70 people. You spend 2 years with those people, and I'm going to be sad to leave them.
It was a multiple combination of many aspects. I knew about the reputation of the school firsthand. I knew that there was top-notch faculty here, but I also knew that there would be fantastic opportunities for networking. And networking with people in a executive MBA would be at the top of their careers, at the most productive time of their careers. So the opportunity of having that time, that close time with more than 70 of those professionals was definitely a plus, something that definitely drove my decision of coming here and start an MBA here.
It's a beautiful place to come to school, the professors are wonderful, and this is just the way I wanted to do it. This was the right brand for me.
I looked at Haas, Wharton, briefly, Marshall, and Anderson. And as I looked across, one, it was important for me to be in a top tier program. Two, it was also important for me to be in an accessible program. Just the way everything came together, Anderson became the very clear choice.
I considered Harvard. My undergrad alma mater is Columbia Business School. I considered them for sure. Stanford, and even some international schools like IE and Madrid I considered heavily. But it was really the warmth and the different feel that I got during the visit at UCLA that looked like they really wanted me to come here and contribute, as opposed to just trying to pitch my bona fides to them and see why I should be allowed in.
I could have done Wharton Online, but Wharton Online wasn't going to give me these connections. It wasn't going to give me the ability to interact with these individuals and make that personal connection and have this learning experience.
I was in California at the time, so I looked at USC's program and UCLA, and USC was very management focused if you wanted to move into managerial roles, and UCLA is very entrepreneurial, very much more innovative, looking to do new businesses. That was much more attractive to me.
Well, you know, everyone that knows anything about USC knows that those people are really annoying, so it's hard to deal with them on a regular basis. That's why the people at UCLA are just more inviting. But the reality is, I looked at a lot of programs, and when you're looking for the match of schedule, the match of really this diverse background with people from all over the world, this is the best.
The executive MBA here at UCLA offers more than a piece of paper. It offers more than a degree. And it's the intangibles that you will take with you for life, such as being able to engage with team members and with a client in a way that you didn't think you could before. You're armed with the confidence. You're armed with, of course, with the skill set, but more importantly with the confidence, and that can translate to anything that you do in life, whether it be professionally or personally.
UCLA opens an amazing amount of doors, not just with the skills and the tools that you're able to develop while you're here, but more importantly with the network that you're able to develop here, the people that you get to meet.
UCLA is a great value for the money. I know it's going to open doors. Already during the program, I interviewed for a position to work as the CEO of the UCLA health system, and I mentioned about my participation in this program, and a week later I was given the role to be his right hand.
Certainly my being associated with Anderson has added to my personal brand. I'm able to command respect just based on the fact that I'm studying at Anderson, and people, it's funny to see a room full of people turn to me and say, what do you think? And it's often something that I've learned in the Anderson program that comes out of my mouth. It's been an enhancement to my body of knowledge that I never expected. My ability to integrate really complex business understanding in ways that bring real focus to business problems has been significantly enhanced. And I bring a whole other level of contribution to my company beyond what even they're expecting.
When I came here, I wanted to have options to go out in the finance world, get into banking, stuff like that most pilots don't have the background to do. All we know how to do is fly a plane. This has given me the opportunity to understand the finance, the accounting, the human resources aspect of all that goes on in a business. I wouldn't have had those tools or that confidence without this program.
It was the best decision I could have ever made. It's really made me think in a different way. It's made me look at things instead of just in one area, look at them from multiple different disciplines. It's given me an ability to grow and look at things in a strategic way that I never was able to before. And I would have never known that had I not done this program.
The program has propelled my career with entire new opportunities. I've taken a new consulting role, which has doubled my salary and doubled my time off. So I'm loving it and thankful to be part of it.
The SMR project was an opportunity for me to learn about new industries. We learned about healthcare and retail, which are industries I don't have work experience with. We got to tour the UCLA health facility, for example, which was an incredible experience. We got to go into certain areas of UCLA health that they don't allow people to enter. You need high security to get in there. So it was a neat experience to expand my horizons and really kind of form a strong working relationship with the handful of folks I was honored to work with.
I think for me, the program was really beneficial from the consulting aspect. I'd never done a consulting project before, so it was really unique to work with the company to see, and this was a product to market launch for our client. And so we had a team of 6, we came together, we focused on the project, and we said, what are the needs in the markets out there for this project, and how do we address these pain points, and what can our client bring to the actual customers? What are their pains that they can address? So from that perspective, it was just really interesting to see how these types of projects unfold as you gather all this research, primary research, secondary research. So it was really cool to kind of work with that.
We were very fortunate. We worked with a company that makes ball bearing slides. Our focus was on looking at healthcare and the retail markets for this product. We had a fantastic team, a lot of my very close friends, and these strong relationships that we've developed here. We were able to interview a ton of very high-level people, both in retail and in healthcare. We learned a ton doing this project. It was a lot of hard work, and we're thankful that it's done and that we were able to do a good job.
Our SMR program is we were working with NATO in Afghanistan to figure out a more sustainable cost structure for the Afghan Air Force. And what was most unique about it was that I was an advisor for the Iraqi Army in Iraq about 8 years ago. And I was there at a very tactical level. And here 10 years later, I was able to take my experience here at UCLA and my experience in the military, combine them both into getting a very strategic experience with the Air Force in Afghanistan.
The SMR program is great. It allows you to be in the shoes of a consultant for a while. You get assigned a subject that you know nothing about when you start, and we just finished presenting it to our clients, to specialists, and we were really on par with them. After 6 months of secondary research, primary research, you also become a specialist. I specifically picked a subject that I was not comfortable with. Our subject was very finance oriented, and I knew very little about finance 6 months ago. So it was a very good challenge for me, and I got a lot out of it.
I think it was a coming together. We all have been through a catharsis over the last 22 months. We learned things in bits and pieces. The SMR was simply a culmination coming together of the many pieces that we learned. I just don't want to be just too academic out here. What we learned was also, a great feeling of camaraderie, a great feeling of, the power of the team versus the power of the individual. I think a lot of that came together in the SMR.
Well, when you first start the program, they have you write down what your goals are, like your short-term goals for within the next few years. And my short-term goal was to become the director of online marketing at a large, great company. And I just recently achieved that. So now I need a new goal.
In 5 years from now, I hope to be, very busy doing a lot of, interesting real estate deals. And I think there's no reason why that isn't going to happen. I feel very confident that the skills and things that I've learned here at UCLA are going to launch me on a very solid career going forward.
In 5 years, I'm looking at starting a career in operations management, and hopefully we'll be, starting with a company doing operations management, and hopefully in 5 years looking at a fast track to a operations officer's role.
In the next 10 years, I'll probably be running a company with some people that I've met here. We're looking at a private oil and gas operating company, and we've got investors and a lot going on, possibly consulting, and I'm interested in doing an economics PhD.
Well, I recently formed a company, co-founded a company with a business partner, an energy efficiency company. So ideally in 5 years, either some type of operations, chief operations officer, or business development something like that with this company as we grow it basically from the ground up?
I started the EMBA program in commercial banking and accounting. I'm a CPA, and I'm using that MBA currently to move into finance, and 5 years from now, I will be on my way to CFO.